Our function in government is not to provide jobs to people, not to maintain folks on taxpayer rolls. I'm really pleased that President Trump and Elon Musk are out there looking for these levels of efficiencies and this waste, fraud, and abuse that we know have been rampant for decades. Elon Musk doesn't have to do what he's doing. He's doing that because he and President Trump love this country, and they want to see us right-size the government.
But if I could, what are you saying to voters? What are you saying to those people? I know that you tried to quell during that town hall, but I'm sure that your phones are ringing off the hook because the folks in your neighborhood look like they are pretty angry. So what do you say to just calm them down or to try and have a negotiated talk with them about how angry they are?
I don't think there's anything to say other than the fact that the American people elected President Trump. They elected majorities of Republicans in the House and the Senate for a very specific agenda, and that included closing our border, unleashing American energy, and right-sizing our government. I believe the American people, by and large, insist that we get our fiscal house in order. We're $36 trillion in debt. If you have a grandchild born tomorrow, that grandchild automatically owes the federal government almost $150,000 because of the atrocious spending. We just can't maintain this path. There has to be change, and unfortunately, change creates a bit of angst and uncomfortable feelings among folks. I believe we're certainly doing the right thing, although there are a number of folks out there that are just angry, not that we're trying to right-size the government, but that President Trump was elected.
All right. Well, let's talk about former Senator and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton writing this on the Signal Gate scandal. I want to move on to that, saying, quote, that Trump officials put our troops in jeopardy. Obviously, this has been a huge story this week, so I want to get your take on it. Now there's growing calls for Secretary Hegseth and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz to resign. So who should be held accountable on that front?
Well, we certainly should take matters of national security with great seriousness, and I know that this Congress does exactly that. I don't think that we need to get our facts from the media or from third-hand sources. I believe the right thing to do is to convene the appropriate intelligence committees to get underneath who was involved, specifically what was said, and let those findings guide our actions.
All right. Well, obviously, we are continuing to follow that one, and it continues to go on. I also want to ask you about your state being through so much from Hurricane Helene. Now, fires expanding in North Carolina. I mean, people are paying very close attention to this. What are you doing to help the residents with their fears? Because you've got a lot going on in your state right now.
We certainly have been through a lot here in Western North Carolina in the last few months, with Helene hitting or making landfall on September the 27th last year. Now, with there being so much kindling on the ground, much as a result of the aftermath of that storm, we're in a dry spell in the mountains here now, and we do have a number of fires out there. I want to first take the opportunity to thank all those brave state, local, and federal firefighters that are out there protecting our property right now. And then also assure the people of Western North Carolina that I and other local officials are staying in close contact with FEMA, state emergency personnel, local emergency personnel, and doing everything that we can do to bring the resources here to Western North Carolina to contain these fires.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.